Had a little technical difficulties, yeah. Get the chain out and chain back in. Yes, family. I don't know what happened, but I'm back. You know what I mean? It was going too heavy on the knowledge. They had to be like, yo, stop his channel. He doing too much. He explaining too much of the Creator. Yes, family. Yeah, I'm back, fam. It's a vibe. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened because I wasn't looking at the screen. I was on my other screen when I was going in. But yeah, we going in over here, man. I'm showing y'all the ways of the Creator, fam. Ain't no angry and jealous God being expressed. We dealing with Creator and creation. Beautiful thing. Showing you the connection of creation. Showing you the connection between vortexia. Showing you the connection between the chakras. Showing you the connection between the pH scale, the electromagnetic spectrum. How it's a universal connection to all things in creation. Yes, family, chime back in, yo. I don't know what happened. I'm back, though. We back at it like we never left. I don't even know what the last thing y'all heard. I could have been going on for like 5 minutes. And y'all weren't even tapped in, right? So the part I see you, Eliyahu, Yeremiyahu, I see you. Create a gang. I'm itching for a debate. I'm going to hustle up a prospect to enlighten. Y'all want to get them debates to get back going on. Yeah, one sis, I had a nice discussion with a sis earlier, man. She wanted me to debate somebody about the Sabbath. I mean, I don't know if it was the Sabbath or the moon, the calendar, basically. Calendar. Yeah, but it's all good, man. I'm on the next of these gods. Tony Greathouse, peace to the beloved God. I'm gonna have to bring you in, man. I'm gonna have to bring you in, do your own show, do an interview, guest speaker. You on the knowledge now. I see you. I'm on your ass, boy. I'm bringing your ass in. We're gonna set a date. I'm gonna bring in my man Tony Greathouse. He's dealing with the Creator in essence. You know what I mean? Some people deal with, book knowledge got to coincide with creation in order for the book to have merit. I wouldn't be wasting my time reading this shit if it didn't coincide with creation. What I just read from the Oahspe and what I just displayed is dealing with creation. And the book is synchronizing which that is in creation. See what I'm saying? The Oahspe ain't saying that the heavens and the earth was made in 6 and 7 days or 6 and 7,000 years. The Oahspe don't display that. That's too vague. We gotta have more detail. Let there be light. Well, how is light manifested? See, the Oahspe let you know how light is manifested through vortexia as a globe of fire. Now, if you notice when the Oahspe talks about the first stages of creation, it talks about how first as vapor the vortex is carried forth, and then its friction engenders heat, and it becomes as a molten globe of fire in heaven. A molten globe of fire in heaven is a sun. But keep in mind, this is the first stage of creation. So let me pull up a sun, because I like, we illustrated people. I like to show illustrations when I'm talking, so you can get the gist of what the hell going on. Matter of fact, there's a good picture right here. This is just a drawing. This is just an illustration. Don't let the goddamn picture fool you. It's just to convey the message. So now, when we look at this, right? That's the sun. Let's say that's the earth right there. Just use this as an example to convey the message. Right? So that's the sun. What is the sun? The sun is a molten ball of fire, literally. Right? Watch this. And keep in mind, these are universal principles in creation. These are how all things are governed. In the book of Oahspe, in the book of Jehovah, chapter 4, verse 15, it states right here with this one verse. It states, first as vapor the vortex carry it forth. And as it condenses, its friction engenders heat. And it is molten, becoming as a globe of fire in heaven. This is the first stage of all celestial bodies, sun, moon, and stars. Let me verify that, because in the book of Cosmology and Prophecy, chapter 1, it validates that all is one universal principle. Like it states here. Let me get it. Right? We're going to show and prove like we always do. Scientifically, mathematically, theoretically. We're going to show righteousness. Even if it's allegory. Alright. So what we have with it? Book of Cosmology and Prophecy. And I'm just looking for the very first chapter 1, verse 1 in the book of Cosmology and Prophecy. It states that the same principles apply to all the stars, suns, planets, and moons, differing in manifestation on account of size, motion, density, and relative place. So right here it says what? The same principles apply to all. So how does things create? How things start in creation? First. See, it says first. That's key. Meaning that, nigga, you can't start nothing without this first. That's the point. First, as vapor, the vortex carries it forth. See, the vortex is the first cause of creation. So just as that thing said first, just right here, coming back, precept real quick, Book of Jehovah chapter 3, verse 6, it states, for each and every corporeal world created I a vortex first. See that first came up again? So we just can't talk about creation loosely. We just can't explain creation out of order. It got to be orderly done. And then in the Oahspe it says, for each and every corporeal world created I a vortex first. And coming back to the next chapter, it states, first, as vapor, the vortex carry it forth. Carry what forth? Vapor. What is a vapor made up of? Like I said, the minerals, periodic table of elements is the physical makeup of everything in creation, seen and unseen. So first, as vapor, the minerals, the vortex carry it forth. Carry what forth? The vapor. And as it condenses, its friction engenders heat, and it is molten, becoming as a globe of fire in heaven. The first cause, or the first stage of any celestial being coming into creation is a fire, a ball of fire in heaven. What is the sun? A ball of fire in heaven. What is that telling you about the sun? The sun is in the first stage of planetary creation making. The same way the earth is inhabitable, but the earth had to come through this same phase too. Let's get that right here, where in the next chapter over, in chapter 5, verse 14, it states, as a testimony to man, behold, the earth was once a globe of liquid fire. It says, as a testimony to man, behold, the earth was once a globe of liquid fire. What do you see right there in the sun? What is the sun? Is not the sun a global liquid fire? What did the Oahspe say that the first cause of creation is? The vortex. What did the Oahspe say the first stage of creation is? First, as vapor, the vortex carry it forth, and it is condensed, and its friction engenders heat, and it is molten, becoming a globe of fire in heaven. So what is this telling you? It's telling you that the sun is in the first stage of creation, while the earth is already in its inhabitable age. So when that sun becomes to the second age, because that's just the first stage, what we just read. First, as vapor, the vortex carry it forth, and as it condenses and its friction engenders heat, and it is molten, becoming a globe of fire in heaven. See that? Then it takes its place as a new world, and I set it in an orbit prepared for it. See that? So it said then, meaning next, I set it in an orbit, and it takes its place as a new world. In the next age, meaning so the ball of fire is one age, but it's not going to stop there. It's going to continue to go to the next stage, which is the next stage I bring it into Simu, for it is ripe for the bringing forth of living creatures, and I bestow the vegetable and animal kingdom. So if the earth was once a globe of fire, and now the earth is an inhabitable place, we're in that age, the next age. But the sun is still in its first age, the time of creation, or the time that the sun is a globe of fire. But the sun will go through the very stages that the earth went through when it's time. The sun will what? The next age, I will bring it into Simu. So the sun will go into an age of Simu, for it will be ripe for the bringing forth of living creatures, and I bestow the vegetable and animal kingdom. So what is that telling you? The sun one day will become an inhabitable planet. Just like the book said right here. As a testimony to man, behold, the earth was once a globe of liquid fire. A globe of liquid fire is a sun. So at one point, the earth was the sun, as you see right there. And the moon could have been inhabitable at the time. Now, the sun, or the earth, is now inhabitable, and the sun is in its first stage. So once the sun becomes an inhabitable planet, the earth may be a moon. Meaning what? It may be what? What is the next phase after the inhabitation of the planet? What does it say? Next it enters Hutu, for it is past the age of begetting. Meaning it's going to come a time that the earth is going to pass the age where fruit and vegetables and vegetation can generate. It's going to go into extinction. Just like when the fall comes, vegetation go into extinction. It dries out until you got to wait till spring roll around again. Well, likewise with the races of man and everything on the planet. The planet is going to become a desolate place. So it says, next it enters Hutu, for it is past the age of begetting, even as the living who are in dotage. See that? Next it enters Adu, and nothing can generate upon it. It becomes a dead planet, a barren planet, like Mars. Nothing can generate upon Mars. You have to create an artificial reality to live on Mars. See what I'm saying? So the Oahspe is showing you the phases of creation. All principles apply to these same rules. So when you look into creation, you can determine what celestial age a planet is in based off these principles from the Creator. This is why the Creator said right here in the Oahspe, right here. When you know these things, this is what happens when you know these things. Right here. This is what happens. When you know these things, Jehovah say what? Jehovah say what? What is the purpose of the Oahspe? He says, not infallible is the book of Oahspe, but to teach mortals how to attain to hear the Creator's voice and to see his heavens in full consciousness while still alive on earth. That's what we're doing. Now you have an understanding of his heavens by understanding these celestial ages. So if a God comes to a far off God from across the galaxy come here, he could read the celestial ages that these celestial bodies going through and know where we at. Okay, these cats are under the sun. The sun will be inhabitable within the next 2 million years. By that time, the moon will be, the earth will be a satellite to this soon to be coming planet. See that? You begin to measure creation like that. These are the mysteries of heaven and earth that the Creator says he's going to clear up before us so we can understand these things. It's a vibes. Where's the family? That's how we moving, yo. That's the highest science of the Oahspe, man. This shit ain't play. This shit for the grown folks. You know what I mean? If you want to go be angry and jealous, that's kiddie shit, nigga. That's elementary. When you still dealing with tendencies of being angry and jealousy and hateful, those are children tendencies. When you become more of an adult, you become less hateful. You become less angry because you got to control that shit. You become less jealous. How you going to be jealous? Jealous is a weak trait. What I look like jealous of you at a grown-ass man and a grown-ass woman? You got what you got and I got what I got, but I'm jealous. Those are children traits. What we reading right here is grown man and grown woman shit. That's what the Oahspe is. See that? So when you look at creation, the sun is going to become a planet. And the planet that we're on right now is going to become barren, like Mars. You got certain philosophies and certain theories that they'll tell you that, you know, the Martians, man came from Mars, man was created on Mars and brought to Earth. You have all these theories, but it's showing you and placing Mars as a one-time place of inhabitation. And now that Mars is not barren, they say they came to Earth because Earth is inhabitable. But Mars is in its barren state. Earth is inhabitable. Now look at the Earth. The Earth is in its inhabitable region, or its inhabitable phase. But how long? How long? The only way we can survive on this planet is by vegetation. Once the vegetation run out, we die off as a species. So now let's look at a global map of vegetation. That's how you know. That's how you can weigh the world. What did the Oahspe say? You won't be able to weigh the destiny of a whole world. Well, how the hell are you going to weigh the destiny of a whole world? How do you do that? Well, you do that through vegetation. Watch this. This is how you're going to weigh the destiny of a whole world. We'll see where we at. Where we at with it? How long we got on this motherfucker before we got them go extinct? Man is already decimating the planet, dropping bombs, creating goddamn radiation in the vegetation, decimating the goddamn vegetation. But now this is a map of vegetation. Look at Africa. Africa damn near wiped out. The whole northeast of Africa is desolate. That's a sign of planetary barrenness, where nothing can generate and grow. Look at the Sahara. Look at the land of what the Saudi Arabia, the Middle East. Oh, that's desolate. All that shit is dry land all the way to Afghanistan. See that? That's a sign of planetary barrenness. That's how you weigh and measure a whole world, by understanding the vegetation. But look at South America though. Alright, we know where we going. Look at West Africa, it's Congo. Alright. The Africans know where to go to sustain. So, like right here, in the book of Oahspe, Book of Jehovah, chapter 4, it states in verse 18, my examples are before all men, my witnesses are without number. I raise the tree up out of the ground. I give it a time to bring forth fruit, and then barrenness, and then death and dissolution. I prepare new fields with rich soil bringing forth, and the old field that is exhausted, and man shall weigh the progress and destiny of a whole world. The way we're going to understand the way the progress and destiny of a whole world is by understanding vegetation on the whole planet. How much of the planet, how much continent has vegetation in comparison to how much continent has desolate land? Let's look at Australia. Australia desolate as hell. Let me pull up a map. I'm gonna pull up a map of Australia, right? And this is a comparison of vegetation in comparison to dry land. Keep in mind, dry land is barrenness. When nothing can generate and grow on that dry land, it's over. Ain't nothing you can do. You got to move somewhere where the resources is valuable to yourself. You got to go find you some greenery. If you don't find you some greenery, you're going to dehydrate and die in that desert. Huh? How many skeletons out in that desert? So now look at this. This is Australia. Look how barren the land of Australia is. Huh? Look at that. Most of the greenery is on the outskirts. And Australia is very ancient because it's close to the Pacific and Pan. But look at it. How long you think that shit gonna last before that dry land spreads out through the whole continent, and now you got a whole continent that is unsupported by animal and man? You may have some reptiles running around, but for the most part, look at Australia. It's becoming desolate. So once the people of Australia, once that greenery goes, where they gonna go? They're gonna have to migrate somewhere else, or they're gonna go extinct as to the planet. What did the Oahspe say? He says, next it enters Hutu, for it is past the age of begetting, even as the living who are in dontage. Next it enters Adu, and nothing can generate upon it. That's where they at right now. Nothing can generate upon a dry desert land like that. The resources have been exhausted. That land, Australia, was once full of greenery. Now the resources, the vegetation has been exhausted. And now all you have is a goddamn desert. Try to plant a seed in the desert and see what you get. Make it a cactus. But realistically, that's showing you planetary barrenness. So the Oahspe is showing you the world is going to come to an end when vegetation dry out. That's how that works. Man ain't going to destroy shit. All man going to do is destroy himself, and the remnant of people going to be survivors. And that's what's going to happen. Man ain't going to destroy the planet. The planet been here before man, and it's going to be here after man. See that? Because the planet was here before man. Right? Makes sense. You got to be on this motherfucker to survive. The only way you can survive is by eating and drinking. If you don't eat no water, if you don't drink no water and eat no food, you're going to die. You're going to become extinct. So the planet has to be suitable, like a bride to his bridegroom. It got to be suitable for you to even exist on this goddamn plane. So now you exist on a plane. You use the resources of this planet. You dig oil. You're extracting oil off the planet, which ain't nothing wrong with. That's what we're put here for, to do, to learn corporeal things. Everything we doing supposed to be. Ain't no mistakes. The cities and the airplanes, ain't none of this mistakes. This is supposed to happen. This is for our benefit. It's not for the gods. The gods already done went through this shit. It's for our benefit to learn these corporeal things. Because as above, so below as above. But in the process of utilizing the earth, we're exhausting the earth of its resources. See that? So if we want to keep up with these cell phones, guess what? We got to keep mining the earth. We got to keep digging out. See what I'm saying? If you want, like agriculture don't last forever. You could grow some shit. You can grow some corn on that soil for a couple of summers, but after a while, that soil gonna become exhausted, meaning that you can't plant no more fruits in that soil because the minerals is deficient now. They've been depleted. They've been used. They've been exhausted. So the same rules that apply to agriculture, the same rules apply to vegetation on the globe. The resources, the soil is going to become exhausted. They're going to use all of its minerals. And it's going to become barren like you see there. And then the whole planet going to become barren. And then the planet is going to enter this third age, the age of barrenness, where nothing can generate and grow on the planet. And then what comes after that? Dissolution and dissipation. What does it say right here? What is the next age after the planet is in barrenness? So once the whole planet turns into a desert, what's the next age? It says, then cometh ooze, and it is spirited away into the unseen realm. Thus create and thus dissipate planets, suns, moons, and stars. So right here, the Oahspe is showing you that after a planet doesn't generate no more, it dissipates. The proof is coming right back to where it starts, because it says first as vapor the vortex carried. How did it get to the vapor? Coming back to the last age. It says then cometh ooze, and it is spirited away into the unseen realm. Thus create I, thus dissipate. So the last age is dissipation. When you dissipate something, it goes back into a dust, a vapor. See that? And then first as vapor, the vortex carries forth, and the process of creation starts all over again. Just like the 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter, and the process starts all over again. These are the fundamental principles of creation that the Oahspe renders up. Big difference from your goddamn Bible, your 7-day creation story, and your angry and jealous God. Oahspe is giving you real shit to goddamn measure. Not no play. You dig? Linda, I see you. What's the vibes? I'm chiming in the chat. I see y'all. I see ya. See family chiming back in. Good. Yeah, we still carrying the lessons, you know what I mean? The Creator's teachings, yo. NASA needs to study Oahspe, then science will make more sense. You're right, man. They do need to study Oahspe. Oahspe needs to be the standard American goddamn Bible at this point, because the shit was produced in America. The Bible came from over there and came over here, made its way over here, but Oahspe is a book that was inspired by angels from the Creator to John Newbro in New York City. Oahspe was compiled in Manhattan, nigga, in New York City. This revelation came out the West. They said the Son of Man gonna come from the East and shine onto the West. Well, nigga, this revelation came in the West. It started in the East indeed. The revelation did start in the East with Abraham. And then from Moshe. And then from Moshe to the prophets. And then from the prophets to Yeshua. And then from Yeshua, everything was westward from that point on. Just like the Oahspe say that the revelation I gave to Moses was a 3,400 year sojourn. Let's get that. Let me see if I can get that right quick. The prophecy given to Israel in the Oahspe is going to be a 3,400 year journey coming to America, starting from 1546 BC to the present time. So the prophecy was coming westward, from the east to west. Everything is moving like a circle, yo. Everything is motion. So from the east coming west, and the revelation, the last revelation, coming out the west. Not the final revelation, but the last of this arc cycle. Coming into a new arc. Now where that at? Let me see if I can find that real quick. That's in what, the book of Leka. The prophecy of Yeshua, the prophecy of Moses. They want to know if y'all, the book, that prophecy. I'm like, boy, y'all better start reading. I ain't about to do all this reading for y'all. Y'all better get y'all little Oahspe and read for yourselves. If we in school, I can't do your classwork for you. There comes a point you got to do your own goddamn classwork, because the teacher may notice my writing style on your paper. You know what I mean? You got to read, my nigga. Y'all got to read. Like Cal P said, y'all got to study the book. Read this shit. I know y'all got questions, but read. Patience is a virtue with the Oahspe. Trust and believe. I'm over 10 years in this book. You think the first year was crucial because you so quick to want to know. But when you just motherfucking meditate and let that shit come with wisdom and time, shit, you gonna be hard to, shit, ain't nobody gonna really be able to really, you know what I mean? Like, knock you down because you did it the right way. It's like martial arts. When you go to school for martial arts, it's a school. You got to learn the kata. You got to learn the position and all that. You just can't come and just trying to do the shit. You know what I mean? It may look good for a minute, but you come across a master, he gonna say, yo, your form is off here. You ain't did this yet. You don't even know your kata. You don't even know your proper forms. But you want to come in and learn the art. You want to learn jiu-jitsu. You want to learn Muay Thai so quick. But you got to learn the forms, and that shit take time and discipline. So take time, read your Oahspe, build with yourself, build with us, and don't jump the gun, because you're gonna lose sight of how the shit go, and then it's gonna confuse you. Because now you're trying to jump the gun and kind of go. It's gonna fuck you, confuse you. It's gonna confuse you. It's like trying to learn adding and subtracting, but then you're trying to skip to learn the trying to learn multiplying and dividing without having the proper understanding of add and subtraction. It's gonna confuse you, right? So now this is the prophecy of Israel coming to the west, and this is in the book of Leka, from Jehovah, chapter 4, verse 12. And I'm going to go straight to the Moses part. And it states, and Moses shall deliver the faithless. Who are the faithless? Basically the Israelites out of Egypt. And this also shall thou put upon Moses and his people. He shall lead his people westward, and their hearers after them shall go westward. See that? He ain't say going back east. It started in the east, but we going west to spread the gospel, right? To spread it to the. How are we going to spread the gospel into the four corners of the world if we stay in one place, right? It says, yeah, westward until they circumscribe the earth. 3,400 years shall thou allude to them to complete the journey. There go the prophecy right there. It's a 3,400 year prophecy. And wherever they go, they shall establish my name, Yahweh, Jehovah. They shall lead all people away from all gods to believe in the great spirit who I am. And when they have carried my name to the west coast of Guatemala, North America, who the hell is these people that carried the name of Jehovah to Guatemala? Who are these people? Huh? And establish me, behold, I will bring the earth in the cosmon, and my angels shall descend upon the earth in every quarter with great power. And it shall come to pass that the faithless, or the Israelites of the children of Moses, shall find the faithless in the children of Chini, and the faithless in the children of Capilia. See that? And all these people shall cry out in that day, no God, El, no Lord, Adonai, no Savior, for my hand will be upon them, and their words shall be my words. But they will proclaim me, the great spirit, the ever-present Jehovah. Now let's be realistic. What Israelite right now is proclaiming Jehovah, the ever-present? We are, those who follow the Oahspe, because the Israelites follow what? They follow El Elohim, they follow Adonai, Lord, and they follow Yeshua as their Savior. They put those deities before the Messiah. Before the Creator. They'll say you got to go through Jesus before you can get to the Father. See, they created a bridge. But right here it stated what? No God, no Lord, no Savior. For my hand will be upon them, and their words shall be my words. But they will proclaim me, the great spirit, the ever-present Jehovah. We are the only ones, the Oahspe family, are the only ones who are expressing the true Creator under the auspice and name of Yahweh, under Jehovah. We the only ones. The Israelites, every Israelite can't worship Jehovah or Yahweh as a deity. He's an angry and jealous God. He's a God of war. He's coming back to do battle. That's a deity. That's not the ever-present. So who out here is calling on the ever-present outside of us? You see what I'm saying? Those who read the Oahspe is the only ones who call on Yahweh as the creator and not a deity. We the only ones who do that. So that prophecy right there in the Oahspe, goddamn, is talking about us. Believe that. I testify that. That shit talking about those who serve the creator, not no Elohim, because in the Bible, in the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. It didn't say Yahweh. So that's the question for all you Israelites. Why is Yahweh creating? I mean, why is not Yahweh creating? Why is the Elohim's creating? Yeah. Clarifying all this. We clarifying all this because it's a vibes, you feel me? Yeah, yo. That's why I don't want to. And this is just freestyling, man. I'm just freestyling. Let me put some shit. Let me put this shit in order. That's why them debates is dangerous with your boy. Because now I got time to concentrate one thing in one particular area. And that's where I get deadly at. You know what I mean? My debate tactics is deadly. You know what I mean? Whether it be a theological, whatever we debating, I put my shit together systematically and orderly. This is the true awakening. Exactly, Elijah. This is the true awakening of the creator. Ain't nobody talking about the creator like this. Ain't nobody talking about the creator like me, Cosmo, and Cal, and the whole creator gang family. See that? This is what the creator gang about, yo. We bringing you back to the creator. And we moving as a gang because we moving in numbers. That's what that gang mean, moving in numbers. When you look at the creator, what did the creator say? Nigga, I move in numbers, boy. I don't come single-handedly to a planet. I come in numbers. The creator said, yo, what you talking about? My legions are millions. Hundreds of millions. Those that represent the creator. Huh? Let's go. How many came with Setantes? When Setantes came to the earth, he came with 4 million. Gang. When Osiris came to the earth, how many he came with? 50 million. Gang. Osiris, Apollo, these niggas coming with millions of angels to do the works of Jehovah. So just imagine the millions of people riding in the name of Jehovah, the creator, but you on the opposite side. You seeing this gang coming in numbers in the name of the creator, but you on the opposite side. Gang. We come into peace, love, and righteousness. Gang. That's how we moving over here. We ain't say nothing destructive. We ain't talking about killing no goddamn infants. That's evil right there. That ain't gang. Murdering ain't gang. Killing ain't gang. Peace, love, and unity is created gang. See that? See, that's the beauty about being a procreator. We create things, give it concepts, and rock out. If you do music, you a creator. You gotta create themes, you gotta create songs, you gotta create slogans. So if you don't understand creator gang, nigga, that means you have no symmetry, you have no harmony. You don't have Apollo. The purpose of Apollo in the Oahspe was to bring symmetry and harmony because man didn't have that. Some of you motherfuckers are still moving outside of that. So when we say create a gang, you couldn't figure out the concept. That lets me know you ain't even got symmetry of Apollo. Let's go to Apollo. What was the purpose of Apollo? Symmetry. Remember, like in the 80s when Europeans ain't have no rhythm, we used to say that Europeans can't dance. They have no rhythm. They couldn't rock. They couldn't get on the beat. They'd be dancing off beat. You didn't have Apollo yet. You didn't have symmetry. We gave you symmetry. We gave you symmetry. We gave you rhythm and soul. We gave you rhythm and blues. We gave you goddamn rock and roll. We gave you R&B. We gave you everything because we showed what Apollo was given. What Apollo came to establish was what? This is what Apollo came to proclaim. Let me see it. He says, Apollo, this is the book of Apollo, son of Jehovah, chapter 1, verse 2, real quick. I, Apollo, once a mortal, proclaim first wisdom, peace, and patience unto all men and women, and comprehensive judgment whereon I speak. Second, to perceive the reason of things, as to what seemeth to have been, and of what cometh after. Verse 3, for the great spirit is all harmony and perfection, abounding in time and in worlds to accomplish all possible imaginations. Wherefore, by ye magnify in conception, not judging by the little understanding of mortals. Verse 4. So that he that asserteth harmony, being more to the order of Jehovah than that which is ill-formed or out of time. See, out of time, out of beat. In the 70s and 80s, a lot of the Europeans was out of beat. You remember they used to try to dance our music and they used to be off beat, and we used to make fun of them because we used to say, yo, white people can't dance, they off beat. What did the Oahspe say? So that he that asserts harmony, being more to the order of Jehovah than that which is ill-formed or out of tune or out of time, hath little reason to prove his assertion before a wise man. See that? So when you don't understand create a gang, you out of assertion, you out of order, you out of time, you know what I mean? You're not involved in what's going on, you out of touch. You know how like when you get older, you get out of touch with what's going on with the youth, nigga, you out of touch with the creator's ways. You out of touch with create a gang. Now, the purpose is harmony, wisdom that Apollo came with. And Apollo was from the earth. That's a whole nother subject. So that's the purpose here. So it states, verse 3, I, Apollo, Jehovah's son, proclaim an age when man on earth considered not harmony, nor symmetry, nor music. See that? As gods. So it was a time where niggas wasn't hip to music. But we just using our present time to show that how the Europeans didn't have the symmetry of Apollo yet. In our present time to show this example. While we was already on time on the beat. We grooving, dancing, soul music, and R&B. We on time with the beat. But the Europeans was off beat. They like this. Trying to figure out how to ride the vortex of the music. Because what? What did it say? Apollo, Jehovah's son, proclaimed an age when man on earth considered not harmony, not symmetry, nor music. So this is like the Europeans. When they brought us over here as slaves, they didn't have no rhythm. We gave them everything when it come to music. When they brought them slaves over here, the slaves was doing their drums, they was beating their drums, they was doing their thing. Europeans watching this shit. They outlawed it. But then when the 60s and the 70s came, then they started to migrate the music and say, all right, these black people are cool. I want to learn to do what they do. And they started trying to dance and they off beat. Instead of what? A time when men on earth didn't consider the harmony. They didn't consider the harmony of black folks. They didn't consider the symmetry of black folks. They didn't consider the music of black folks. That's why they was out of sync with the beat and the drum. But now, shit, the white boys goddamn got more rhythm than some of the black niggas. The cracker and the nigga, it's like an opposite. Now I see black people that ain't got no goddamn rhythm. And I see white women and white men jumping on the rhythm. Look at Eminem. Boom. See what I'm saying? He right there rapping better than the niggas. Better than the brothers. So just using this as an example to show that a time when man was out of sync. Using the European as an example in present time to validate what I'm saying here. See that? So when we say create a gang, nigga, we talking about your ass don't have symmetry with the creator. You don't understand music. You don't understand concepts and slogans. You trying to come with a tactic that ain't gonna work here. Nigga, I'm invested in this shit. You can't run no weak ass shit like that. You know what I mean? If niggas was delegating guns and out here trafficking guns and out here selling goddamn drugs to gangbangers and Crips and Bloods, and I got gangbangers throwing up sets in my video, then you can have an argument. But bitch, you ain't never seen that one time you ever see nobody even doing no shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm over here healing people, nigga. What the hell you got going on? You dig? It's a vibes. Yeah, yo. Apollo, harmony, music, and symmetry, that's right. On the lookout, you right. See, Apollo cold-blooded. See, Apollo's like roughly 18,000 years ago. Not too long after the flood, like 2 arc cycles after the flood. So man, they ain't coming after the flood, nigga, ain't had no symmetry. Nigga was out of sync. The rhythm we got today, you know, we brought rhythm to these cats. Verse 4, now this is what verse 4 states. Behold, neither men nor angels on the red star, meaning the earth, comprehended the harmony of my works. And because of their own inharmony, they denied me. See that? The Europeans had inharmony towards black folks, and they denied black folks who were the sons of God. We the children of God, you know that, period. You know what I mean? And the melanated people on this planet are the children of the Creator, period. You know what I mean? Every other ethnic group coming out of the haplogroups are descendants of us. It's like they are children. They are far off relatives, but they descend from us. The proof of that is in the haplogroups. Look at the haplogroups. When you start from A00, A01 and all that, you go into East, you go into Africa, Central Africa, South Africa. That's where you're gonna, and then the migration comes out into Asia, and then from Asia to Europe. We are the forefathers of all the people of the planet. So when it states here, behold, neither men nor angels on the red star comprehended the harmony of my works. And because of their own inharmony, they denied me, being blind to my person. So when we came with harmony, we try to show the other nations, I'm just using the Europeans, present time, when we try to show them the harmony, they denied it, they outlawed it, because they denied the Creator through us. And then they was blinded by the person of the Creator through us, because they couldn't understand the dances, the drums, they didn't get it, they didn't understand it. That shit sounded like noise to them. They didn't get it. He says, my son, he says, go thou, my son, and make them adulterers of harmony, symmetry, and music for a long season, that they may become organically attuned from the time of their birth upward. So it's like, all right, from this point on, I want you to, from this point on, give them cats harmony, show the people harmony, wisdom, music. So from the time they born, they know what it is. You bopping. When you look at kids today, as soon as they come out their womb, they already dancing. They ride to the beat. They ride to the music. So it was a point where man didn't consider symmetry, music, and harmony at one point. We were just living like beasts of the field then. It's like with no concept of soul, no concept of music. It must have been boring as hell during those days. You know what I mean? So right there is just showing you how man was without soul, what we call without soul music. You dig? Our weapons are truth. Yes, my brother. You don't know that, King. You know what I mean? The wisdom of the Creator is powerful. And depending on your faith and strength in the Creator, the miracles will transpire in the moment in time. Why everybody hitting my line? No, I'll go on with your bedroom. You know, see the Adrian. It's like right when you get busy, people want to start hitting your line. Like, yo, I'll go on with your bedroom. I see you. What am I talking about? But yeah, fam. You know what I mean? It's a vibes. It's always a vibes here. You did. You still gonna vibe out. Set apart, I see you, what's good. There was a false Apollo too, yup. There was a false Apollo, there was a false Ahura, there was a false Osiris, there was a false Anubis, there was a false Christ. Because he who considered himself all-knowing is false before Jehovah. For Jehovah is all-knowing. Only. See that? It's a vibe. Let's bring up some music, family. Let's bring up the music, yeah? Bring up the rhythm and poetry, yes? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that sounds great, family. It's a vibe. So I'm showing you this creation. The synchronization of creation is what the Adrian will show you today. I ain't talked about no false gods and angry gods and none of that. We talk about Creator today. We talked about the Creator's creation today. We talked about the Creator's vortexian currents and how the vortexian currents express color. And the expression of those colors are color-coded in nature. So you can understand the vibrational frequency expressed in nature by understanding the color spectrum. You dig? You done know. Yo, when we rise up into the Etherians, we're gonna be jamming to this beat right here, going up into the Etherians. We're gonna be like, yo, we're gonna take our hats off and be like, it survives. See, we graduating. See, cats ain't thinking about graduation. These cats is talking about coming back to the earth. Niggas worrying about Zion. Niggas worrying about the new Jerusalem that's gonna be on the earth over the third temple. Really? We up and out, family? We ain't remaining here? If you had a chance to move into a mansion and you had a 2-bedroom house for free, no charge, you ain't gonna move in there? It's an expansion. If you at your job and you getting paid $8 an hour and your boss decide to give you a raise, you ain't gonna take the raise? You ain't gonna rise up? You gonna remain stagnant? It's the same concept. It's a universal it's a universal principle. It's a universal concept of progression. Everything in creation progresses up and outward. When a tree grows, it grows up and out. Everything in creation grows up towards the sun. Y'all going against creation by saying you going downwards. You going to hell going down. Everything downward is going the opposite of the creator. Smoking on a good ganja, yeah? Going opposite of the creator. If you're going downward, you're going opposite of the creator. If you praying with your face to the ground, you're going opposite of the creator. If you thinking heaven is coming to the earth, you're going opposite to the creator. Nothing in creation shows going downward. Everything is going up and out. Everything in creation is up and out. Vegetation is up and out. The grass grows up and out. The grass ain't growing and then coming back, looping back down to the earth. A tree ain't growing and looping back down to the earth. If that tree can forever grow, nigga, that tree will reach the clouds. That shit will continue. I wouldn't be surprised if they got terrestrial planets. The endurance is longer than ours, and you have you have trees that can reach the clouds on certain celestial planets. So my point is, everything progresses up and out. When you in school, what school start off with? Grade 1. And then what you do after you graduate grade 1, you rise to grade 2. You rise to grade 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You then rise to the 12th grade. And then you don't stop there and go revert back to the earth. You rise and go to the colleges and university. And when you get to the colleges and university, you don't revert back to the goddamn high school and revert back down to elementary. No, from the colleges, you graduate and you rise and you get your independent business for what you've been studying. You get your own company. You don't get your own company and then go back to goddamn college, to go back to high school and come back to, no. It's all progression. Up and out is where you be headed. Ain't nothing coming. Anybody telling you coming back to the earth is a goddamn liar and a deception and is inspired by self, Satan. Yes, Elijah, you don't know it's a vibe, yeah? Dance to the youth, them. Dance for the youth, them, yeah? Dance to the rhythm. Yeah, man, knocking, I am. Cause it's a vibes. Let me get some drink, fam. Let me get some more watermelon, yeah? My drink is more watermelon. It's a vibes. Yes, family. You know what I mean? Watermelon On the pH scale, it's like 10. 10 on the pH scale. Watermelon highly alkaline. You did? That watermelon, that's that Super 7. That Super 7, that's that Cal P, that Super 7. And see that 7 on the pH scale is that neutral ground. That's that balance. That's that green. See that Cal P? That Super 7 is green. On the pH scale, 7 is green. Look at that, Cal. Look at that. Y'all want to talk about Super 7? The herb is green, family. Because it survives. We just vibing out now. We just vibing out now, family. Today's lesson was on creator. So when we talk about creator, this is how we talk about creator. We talk about creation. By talking about creation and demonstrating creation, showing you the seasons and the cycles of creation, the stages of creation is demonstrating the body of the creator. The body of the creator is the physical expression of everything in creation. And everything in creation that is physically expressed has a function, has an operation, has an order, has a season, and has a cycle to its creation, let alone the power and force that created that which is created. So the vortex is the fundamental principles. The rudimentary teaching starts with the vortex. The vortex is studying the unseen, which produces the seen. So you have to have an understanding of how the unseen works. So this is outside of our visible light. So Oahspe gives us demonstrations in nature to have us understand how the unseen works. He says, by the manner of the whirlwind, or how my worlds are created. So we see a vortex, a hurricane. We see it in a tornado. We see it in a cyclone. But this is unseen to the naked eye. But in order for us to understand something that we cannot comprehend because it's not visible, the Creator gives us a demonstration of nature so you could get a concept. So when we look at a whirlwind and a tornado, that same function is going on unseen to the naked eye. And that very function that is unseen to the naked eye, which is a vortex, a whirlwind, is responsible for producing celestial bodies, sun, moon, stars, and planets. First by stardust vapor, condensing, creating a ball of fire in heaven. That's the first sign of all celestial bodies, a ball of fire in heaven. Even a comet is a ball of fire in heaven. The ball of fire in heaven moving, that's like the sperm cell. I remember I did a video years ago called Cosmic Seeds of Creation, talking about how comets are like sperm cells. They develop and create based off these same principles. You dig? We vibing, yo. That's right, sis. God body, I see you. Peace, love, and light, family. I see the family. Y'all on a crusade. My favorite color is green, no doubt. Mine too. I stay in green. Army fatigue, fuck out. Especially back in the 90s, boy. I stayed in camouflage. Still do. I got on green Timbs right now. I had to take it off and show you, but no. Yeah. Yeah, Creator gang. So yeah, that's what the Creator is showing you in the Oahspe, that the Creator is the moving and driving force behind all created things. The vortex. See what I'm saying? The seen, the unseen produces the seen. And it's a function that we've been expressing for years. The beautiful thing about the Oahspe, it doesn't contradict itself in creation. It's the same thing. You know, the Bible is talking about a 7-day creation story. The Oahspe says, yo, the first age is 144,000 years. So at best, according to the Bible, the The sun, moon, and stars, everything was created within a 6,000 year period. In the Oahspe, when it says, first as vapors, the earth condenses and its friction engenders heat and is becoming the molten, a globe of fire in heaven. And then it enters Simu and it's unsuitable for the vegetable and animal kingdom. Meaning that in the time of creation, it's 144,000 years just for that process. So from the process of vapor to the earth becoming inhabitable for humans and animals is a 144,000 year process. And once animals and humans are created on the planet, now that it's habitable, it's another 144,000 years for man's existence and woman's existence, from the creation of man to the inhabitation of man to the extinction of man is 144,000 years. And then after that 144,000 years, it's another 144,000 years called the time of barrenness, where the earth is desolate, nothing can generate and grow, and it's like Mars. So Mars could be going through its 144,000 year barrenness period now, but the 144,000 years is measured for our planet. So after that 144,000 years, it's going to take another 144,000 years to break down the planet back into a vapor. And then from that vapor, guess what? The process of 144,000 years starts again, forming the globe of fire into an habitable planet. Thus create I, thus dissipate suns, moons, stars, and planets. See that? The Creator is letting you know how the creation is ran. It's a cycle. It's seasons and cycles. Just like right now, we in the season of summer. We're in the summertime of the earth age. The summertime of the earth age is suitable for animal and man. But guess what? When the fall comes and vegetation dies out, and when winter comes, it's like the extinction. It's like, nigga, if you don't suit up and boot up, nigga, ain't no vegetables in the summertime. A lot of time, humans go carnivorous in the wintertime. The wintertime is the time of the beast, the time when man descends to his lower self. The time of survival and instinct is the time of the beast, the time of the winter. But the time of spring and summer is more a higher elevation for man. He can go eat fruit trees and pick freely randomly. But if he don't stock up for winter, when winter come, if he ain't got no goddamn berries or no grains, he looking at that fox. He looking at them birds because he hungry. He got to eat. This is the corporeal side of man. This is the lower self, the beast nature of man. And it's in every one of us. Yeah, we can be non-meat eaters, but a catastrophe, something could happen. And niggas be out here desperate, desolate, looking for food, scarce food. Nigga, you gotta eat that motherfucking squirrel. You gotta survive. That's the beast of man. That's the animalistic side of man. Man's lower self. That is always gonna be there. You cannot escape that. The only reason a lot of times we could do, the vegetarian thing, I love it, I'm, vegan, all that. But if war was to break out and bombs was to start dropping on some goddamn destroying regular living, how we could just go to Walmart and go to Kroger, let all that be disrupted. And that disruption lasts 5, 6, 7 years. Breaking your normal habits of eating and how you go about doing things. Now you're faced in a situation where it's basic survival, animalistic behavior. You gotta survive now. You see what I'm saying? So the Oahspe even shows those periods of time where man reaches a higher state of holiness and he descends down to barbarianism. So the Oahspe is showing you the full spectrum of man as a whole, the rise and fall of his behavior, the rise and fall of his characteristics and actions, the rise and fall of nations. And he rises again and falls, just like he said, as the ocean tides, as regular as the ocean tides. And these are based off the arc cycles of 3,000 year periods, called the behaviors of an arc cycle. You dig? You know what I mean? So we dropping some gems, yeah? Peace, love, and light to the family. Everybody chopped in. But I may have to go do a vibes. I may come back later on tonight too. Cause I want to come on early because I was feeling the vibe. See my brother Malachi on. Inspirations was high. So yeah, we gonna get it in, yo. We definitely gonna get it in. See the fam chiming in. Let's play some music, you know what I mean? Let's raise the vibration. Cause it's a vibes. Let's vibe out, fam. Yes, family. Yes, family. It's a vibes. You dig? It's a vibes. I may come back a little later on tonight, fam. So be chimed in. We can tap into the spooky hour, ghost stories. Talk about the spirits. You know how we do. You know I'm a thriller guy. I like my horrors. On these movies, break them down, show the spiritual significance of these movies. You dig? Cause it's a vibes. What y'all say about that? Y'all do a spooky hour joint later on? Holla.